Good morning, everyone, and welcome to practice. Today is day 24, and we are diving deeper into our multidimensional alchemy process. It's early morning for me, so this is the first thing I do this morning because my body is literally calling me. I just sat down here and started to breathe. That was what my body wanted to do. So I decided, okay, I might as well go live and do the practice with you. Okay, so drop into the body straight away. Root lock. Just find your pulse today. So that's what we do. Find your pulse. So the pulse that I had before I started the live was really on the out breath and really stretch, open, and really contract. And slow. Oh. So this is also a pulse. So I slept really, 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 really well. I've had a lot of insomnia in my life. So as we're moving through the deeper levels or the deeper layers, old stuff comes out. So my sleep has been a little bit rocky lately, but I don't worry about it. I just flow with it. And now when I start to sleep better, when you've had that deep, deep sleep, and the body almost feels a bit like, so this is what my body wanted to do. Not go for a walk, not get on the bike, not do anything, just in my own tempo, wake up. So I have very little time today. I was going to do this tonight, but the body said now. So I'm also moving through accomplishment, the first thing I do when I feel a bit tired. So I'm well rested, but sleepy. So find the tempo that you could do all day. Just allow your awareness to travel up and down the spine. Notice where it's stiff, where it's warming up. If you need to adjust with your arms, high or low, you can do low like this. If you don't want to strain the shoulders, you can go up like that. This is amazing. With the expansion and contraction at the same time. I can feel pressure moving along my central channel. Because I was moving I had a huge insight shift this morning that just realigned it was funny because it had to do with my childhood. So it's like trauma paints the image in darker colors and more negative memories. And I just removed them. And I just realized, wow, it was what I remember, but it was also this. So it's like something came into position and my body relaxed brutally from that. Okay. Pause for a minute. Rest in your root lock, chin to chest, and just observe. So the way that it feels like this will happen is that I'm transmitting as we move, transmitting as we rest. So we're going between states, like the pulse that we've been discussing. So we have this pulse, this energy moving on multiple different layers in this process. So we're working with the eyes and the ears. So we come and go. So we allow the eyes and ears to integrate. We work with other parts of the body, and then we come back. We work with the belly. That is deep work. So we work a little bit, we move away, and then we come back. The spine, we work low key all the time. We come back to it every day. But that we take pauses from too. We do a movement, and then we integrate to something else, and then we come back. So we have multiple layers going at the same time. So grab your notebook. The layer that is active in me right now is, it's less about doing, it's way more about understanding, having the attention and the perception and the awareness. That's why I don't focus on what you do, because if you raise your awareness and your consciousness and you start to move the energy in the body, it will rise by itself. You will make different changes. And that's how it happens. The multidimensional alchemy process happens one thing at a time on multiple levels. And as we are changing on the inside, the external is following. You can finalize the sentence. And let's come to our knees. So the prop that I'm using currently is a bolster. So I'm using a thicker bolster. It's not super soft. It is firm. This one I will also use in my sensational courses from, don't know if we'll move into it in the second, but definitely the third. So now we're moving to our knees. Okay, so start your pulse. This is what I'm wearing today. So you can begin here and see, okay, how does it feel to remove the cross-legged and come to the knees. So we never begin with the drastic movements if that doesn't feel 100% aligned. And then we can move up to the So here we can either go down and up, down and up, or you can stay up and put your toes, living toes, and then when you come down, you go down like this, like a prayer. So this is where we start to turn this practice into a prayer. And you're not bowing to anything outside of you. You're bowing to the divine inside of you. So you're not worshiping me. You're not worshiping anything. You're worshiping consciousness, life itself, and the divine representation inside of you. So this is where we start to move into the legs. And I can tell you, my legs has been activated the last couple of days. And rest. So as you observe, I'm going to transmit a little bit about the neurogenic tremors. So I'm noticing the neurogenic tremors start to come alive in me. That means that there might be someone else also experiencing the shaking in the body. And this shaking, we want. The intention is to activate this. So I want to mention it in case it's already happening for you. If you are familiar with the tremoring mechanism, you just allow it and you work with it as you usually work with it. If you feel like, what is this? Why is my body shaking this way? Join the Telegram group and you can get more information in there. You just ask me. You just let me know and I can transmit to you. I will go deeper into them in this process, but not now. But that is because, but I mention it now because it's starting to really activate in me when I activate the legs now. Okay, so on your knees, on your bolster, my body is shaking a lot. So I'm gonna, because I have a big day today, I'm not gonna open that box of candy. So I'm gonna close mine. So if you feel like, okay, I'm also feeling a lot of things and I don't want to bring it up today, you follow my tempo. Then I just, so this is active but grounding at the same time. Then I'm just flowing, comfortable breaths. I want the movement, but I don't want the activation. And if you feel like you want to move more, move more. So we're also, one process that we are working with, as I mentioned the other day, is that don't follow my energy, follow your energy. My energy is going to go up and down. So is yours. And we're not going to be on the same day. And if that makes you upset in any way, then good, then something's triggered inside of you, because that's just a skill. You know, we don't have to follow other people's moods, but we get drawn into them. But that's just because we are unable to not get drawn in. That's how it works. You know, people are going to draw you into their, wow, now I speak to it and the energy opens. It's fantastic how it works. A little bit of nausea, good moving stuff in the belly. So right now we're focusing on just increasing the activity of the full body. So we're allowing the other sections to rest a little bit, and we put a little bit of focus on getting familiar with the full body exercises. Okay, rest. Chin to chest. Just observe. Put your hands on the belly. So we're checking in with the belly. The belly we always include because we activate the root lock and we move with the expansion and the compression. So we're gradually arriving over and over. That's what the alchemy process is. That's what life is. We return over and over, day by day, to the person that we are, to the truth that we know, to the frequency that we know that we are. So we return to that over and over again, and the life is kind of pulling us away. And that's just an opportunity for us to choose ourselves over and over again. And that is life. It's a constant choice, constant choices. So when we get familiar with that, so now we choose to come back to the belly over and over again for these 108 days to reestablish a relationship, but not a violent one, we're not coming with demands, we're just coming with presence. And it's funny, I've heard this from multiple people lately, and that is, when another being is coming upon you to introduce itself, it never ever scare you if it comes with good intention. So you know that something that is not here to scare you will never ever make you feel that way. And that is such a beautiful way of putting it. So when we return to the belly, we have to come in peace, because the belly is going to tense up. There's a lot going on here. Okay. Grab your notebook. The truth that is alive right now. So we're also working on the layer to normalize the system, that there's a new truth every day, there's a new truth every hour, there's a new truth every minute, and we have to adapt to that new truth. If we keep staying, I'm gonna stay the same, okay, then stay the same, but don't expect, the feelings inside or the experience to change. But if we understand that there's always a new pulse coming, and always a new breath coming, always a new dawn coming, there's always a new breath where we can choose something new, something different, let go of the past, and we can forgive, and we can choose love, and we can choose patience, and we can choose grace, we can choose mercy. And that is how we, in the present moment, shift the state of our reality. I realized I was talking while you were writing. Also a multidimensional process coming on, your attention span. Sorry about that. Okay, on your knees. Align position, align energies. Move in accordance with your body. So now I feel back at it. It's so interesting because negative energy moves as pressure inside of the body. That's what we want to move. And then we can start to feel very uncomfortable. And then just minutes later, we move something else and the pressure disappears. Or we realize it's an insight, or we realize it's emotions, or we realize it was just a bad attitude, or we realize we forgot. So allowing the shifts to happen quickly is a skill. So it's always moving between states. So if you're new here, go back from the beginning, catch up. The sessions are short. You can absolutely do multiple sessions in a day. You do as many as you feel like you want to do, so you can catch up. Join us in the Telegram group for questions. Like and subscribe if you want to know more. So we're always also activating the glutes. So this is going to turn into a full body practice. So you're not only going to learn how to alchemize, you're also going to get good looking. Telling you, miracle season is here. So as you bend forward, you tighten the butt. Another 15 seconds. And relax. Okay, settle in. Use these final minutes to move as your body wants to move as I close the session. So this is the fading out. So we have a bridge coming in the beginning, most days. And then we have a bridge fading out at the end where I talk about different things. So that is also for you to realize, like, okay, I can rush between states. I can also move slow between states if that's what serves me. So going into practice, we want to have a little bit of grounding and arriving before we actually start. And when we leave the session, we want to kind of invite what we are going next to calibrate a little bit. Because now we go deep into the body, and then you don't want to jump out of your body unless you choose that as a practice. You follow? You do it consciously. You can move between states quickly if you feel like, I'm going to try and see what happens because I know how to regulate myself. That's good. So if you're new here, I highly recommend you to start at the beginning because we're building up. With that said, I'm not gonna chase you. It's a very much multiple truths and free choice because that's what I want to liberate. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I give you principles and then you modify it. So in that sense, this could be considered a more advanced practice because it's not as rigid, but it's still, structured enough for you to easily follow, and you can always follow me. If you need more support, Miracle Season is here. I have multiple offers that is only available during these 108 days. And now we're all of a sudden at day 22. And I remember how it was with the first round. I felt like it was in the beginning. And then, boom, we were like, oh, it's not that much left. So time flies. Anyway, during these 108 days, I am offering a lot of my services at a very, very beneficial price, to say maybe, investment. So what I'm offering during these 108 days is for people to move in with a private session with me to kind of move through anything that comes up during the session. So I'm making myself available for you if you are moving through something that you need support with during these days. And my skill is that within very short period of time, I can see what you are doing. And if you explain to me what it is that you want to accomplish, because then I'm not pointing out things that you're not interested in. Then I can point out exactly what I see that is limiting you from what it is that you want or what it is that you want to accomplish. So this is for people who actually want to look at what they are doing and have, I'm very direct, but there's no shame around it. I've probably had and everything that I can find in you, I probably had for myself, because that's why I know what it looks like. And this is the only thing, this is the only way we can change, is by lovingly looking at the stuff that it's like, maybe this one wasn't so good. I know. Okay, let's not do that again. Yes, let's not do that again. Okay, forgive, move on. It's serious, but it doesn't have to be awful. It's just sometimes we have to move through ourselves. We have to face ourselves, and that's much, much easier when you do it with someone who's been they're doing it for a long time. So when I find things for myself now, of course, it can feel a little bit like, ooh, I wish I wasn't, like that. And I wish, and then you can kind of look in the whole timeline as like, ooh, yeah, I've been doing that a lot. There was something I realized this morning that I've been doing, or if it was last night, that wasn't too pretty. But I'm a big girl now. We grow up. That's the thing. So if you want to go deeper into this, then a private session with me could be a solution to move through something quickly. So they are now $111 until the end of these 108 days. And my calendar is in the description, so you can just book a session if you want to move through something. The price for my one-on-one session is going to be $1,111 per session. So it's like toilet paper during COVID. People are stacking up. Not too soon, right, to joke about that. We're all adults. I got a comment from someone in the Telegram group saying that you're funnier by the day. So this means that I'm getting more to myself, and this is the point. This is why I'm doing this. I want to feel relaxed in front of the camera. I want to feel relaxed with you. I want my full self to come out. Now I didn't even shower. I didn't do anything. I just put something on and I showed up. This is the transparency and the comfortableness that I did not have when I started the first 108 days. So this is round 2 if you're new. So there's a whole 108 days with me fumbling in the dark with my nervous system blackouts, and all my main transmissions on my teachings are there. And it's more of a podcast format, so it's not as much or as many somatic practices. That's why I wanted to do this. So if you want to hang out more with me, more of this talking, then that's the first 108 days. There's a whole series, and they are long sessions because I needed space, and I didn't need, I couldn't allow to censor myself, but they are fantastic transmissions, and I'm very, very vulnerable, and you can see how I come alive. If these things are interesting to you, then that's all the personal growth area. So what's more is happening. I'm hosting a receiving workshop on the 17th. I forget to check the dates. This is what happens when you're too relaxed. Yes, 17th, Friday the 17th. I'm hosting an open receiving workshop where we're actually it's an interactive workshop. So if you can't join live, you can also just watch the replay. But if you join live, it's going to be extra fun because I host experiences. I love hosting experiences. So now I see that a bunch of my people need to really understand how to bridge the gap between the idea of receiving and how that actually works in their own life. So I'm offering that. So anyone can join for $33. If you're a member of the Wellspring, or if you're a member of my upcoming mastermind, my Miracle Alchemy Mastermind, then that's included. Now I'm over the 30 mark, so now I can't talk anymore. I put a cap on myself. Interesting, right? Now I'm going to jump into the shower. I'm going to take Lucky to the vet. I'm going to go shopping. We're hosting our first home retreat tomorrow. 3 days. Full access to everything Sara and Simba. So this is going to be extraordinary fun. It's our first. Now I keep talking, so I gotta go. Love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I love this now. Wow, this feels good. Thank you. Drop something in the Telegram group just for fun to connect.